Hello guys, continuing on the retro movie reviews. Today we are doing Scream 2. Yes, Scream 2, I have got my notes here because I've literally watched Scream 1, 2, 3 and 4, so they're all merging into one in my brain. So I needed to write down specific things about each one because I knew I was going to have a good sitting of watching them. But I've got 4 points that I wrote about Scream 2, and the first one being the ending of the movie. I thought this movie was very corny in terms of its ending in comparison to the first one. The first one I thought was quite structured quite well. I thought it had some good bits in the movie. I thought that the ending just wrapped it off quite nicely, and the surprise was quite genuine at the end, but then also, you know, made sense as well. This ending I thought was just really, really bad, and you know, the ending was just all the way through the film I was thinking, who is this Ghostface, and trying to picture who, you know, which character it could be. And as I was saying to my friend, it actually feels a bit like Scooby-Doo. The entire movies just feel like Scooby-Doo. You know, when you're watching the film and then it's like, who's behind the mask? They pull it off and it's like, oh my god, Principal, or whatever type of characters in the episode, you would have that. And that's what it's starting to feel like now. It's starting to feel like Scooby-Doo, and it's like, oh, who's going to be behind the mask and all this. So I'm assuming they're all going to be the same type of thing going forwards. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the later films and all that. But yeah, it's starting to feel a bit like Scooby-Doo to me, which I think is a good comparison in my opinion. But another thing, the second movie, I was worried that these films would, you know, lose their cast members and all that, and the new actors would come back and all this type of stuff, because I know the new movie, the new one, does have some new people obviously in there, because it's, you know, long time after. But the old cast came back, and I really like that, because, you know, most of the time with sequels we do get like reboots and all that, and for the second one and most of the other ones actually, we do get, you know, the cast coming back, which is really nice to see, and good for the franchise as a whole to be taken seriously, in my opinion. So really like that. But on the plot, I thought the plot was a bit loose, and I find the whole movie within a movie type of scenario really just boring and dull, in my opinion. They're basically making movies about the previous movie. So in this one, they're making the events of the first movie, they're making it into a film called Stab, and yeah, people are playing each other and all that, and it can get quite confusing in my opinion. But I just think it's really corny. I just think it's really like cheap and really dull, in my opinion. I don't think it's executed very well at all, and it just doesn't seem, you know, just doesn't seem really like realistic and just really authentic in when I'm watching it. So I didn't really like that. And finally, another point, my last point actually, is Courtney Cox's character. She had much more to do in the second one, in my opinion, rather than the first one. In the first one, obviously she's just like a news person or whatever, but in this one she felt like one of the leads, and I really liked her role in this. I thought she was really good in this movie, as was everyone else. But I just thought Courtney Cox, his character, really stood out in this film to me as trying to be a bit different and be a bit, you know, out there. So really like that, and her performance in this film. So the second one, again, it did follow on from the first one. It is a continuation. It's not like you know, we've gone back 10 years, or, you know, it's 55 years later or whatever, and it's new cast. It's none of that. It's a continuation of the first one. Really highly rated. I think this one's set in LA though. I think it is in LA, because obviously the Hollywood movie set. How it started, I didn't like at all, with the whole cinema scene and all that. I just don't like that aspect of the film being replayed backwards. So yeah, the music in there was good as well. I thought there was definitely more like good stunt work in this one. They've definitely learned a lot from the first one, so I think that was good. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of like in the middle a lot of the times. Like there's things I really like about it, but there's also things that I really don't like about the movie. So in that case, I'm just gonna give it a 2.5 star, smack in the middle. For me, it was neither here nor there. I thought it was a good sequel, but I just feel like the ending for me ruined it. I just didn't like the ending, and the whole scene at the very end. I was really bored in that. I was kind of like, just wrap it up, come on. So I didn't like that, and the whole film type of thing is really corny, as I've said. But things I like about the Scream franchise, obviously Ghostface, like the whole look of Ghostface and everything about it, I think is just really good and like iconic and just simple. I love how it's just a mask and a black cloak, and he's got like these Doc Marten boots on and like this the knife, obviously. So yeah, really, really good scenes with Ghostface, and there was definitely more good stunt work in this film. The music as well in the Scream franchise so far has been phenomenal. I can't believe I've never heard of it. So yeah, really, really good. And yeah, like I said, give it a 2.5 star, because there's things I really, really like, but there's also things I really, really don't like. So for me, I'm sat in the middle, 2.5 star. But there it is. Scream 2 has been reviewed. If you have missed my Scream 1 review, please go back and watch that. Of course, in the next couple of days, we will have Scream 3, 4, 5, and then 6 will be out, and I'll be seeing that in the cinema, of course. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll rank them all. And yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Please do subscribe down below if you like what you see, and of course, please let me know your thoughts on the movie if you've seen it yourself. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.